thought I'd do a little G-scale update here on the layout. So now I got the track going through the patio now. So now obviously I don't got to pick up the track anymore when I'm done with trains or whatever. So it's in the patio with some ballast. I changed this curve and that curve to R5 curves, LGB. Now all my curves on my layout are R5 or bigger. These R5 curves are 16-foot diameter. It doesn't look big on here, but they're a pretty big sweep. They're 16-foot for a half circle. The curves are awesome. And I changed this to 16-foot. This is a little tighter than 16-foot, obviously, because I had to bring the curve over. Here I put some more 16-foot here. This is where it got changed up here. Now, the track used to come across here more and turn there and go front of the plants and back. Now, I got my girder bridge in there that I built. Goes across, comes in here, and then goes across. And I tore apart the spur track, or the siding here, because I sold my yellow passenger train, so I don't really need a siding in here anymore. I raised the track up for the elevation going on the house because some of my engines and cars would get uncoupled because the elevation change from going into the house was too much of a change. Nothing much really changed out here. I did kind of widen this valley here, so now that this stupid trench guard crap doesn't really interfere with the trains anymore. Yeah, nothing much changed over here, but in the backyard, that's where it really changed. I'll get to that in a minute here. I am back at the Y here. This is where it did a little change. I added a signal tower here. It doesn't work right now, but it can light up if I connect power to it. And not much going on here. I got some maintenance. Got a sun kink going on here. Gotta check that out sometime. I did replace this curve right here with a different one because the curve that was in there had a bunch of ties missing and the track was misaligned and was causing some issues. Okay, here is the big change now. I added another set of crossovers in here and I widened the deck for my big siding. This siding is about 75 feet long from there to the other end, and it goes all the way back there, as you can see. Oh, what's going on here? So, now we can park a monster train in the siding and another train in the other siding and still run trains by. Because before, you could only fit a 35 to 40 car long train in this inner siding here. I mean, you could use either track for a siding, but the inner one is mainly the siding. And if you wanted to park a big train in a siding or something, you really can't. So I had to put in this monster long siding in here. And even with all 38 of my grain cars and 2 -9s, it barely fits in the siding. I mean barely. So when eventually, if I have all 4 of my -9s pulling all them grain cars, they will not fit. So I'll have to shorten it up a bit. And for sure my inner model train will not fit in here because that train is like 130, 120 feet long, something like that. So if I did run inner models, I'd have to run 2 trains or just run a short one, half of them. But yeah, this is just a quick little update, nothing serious. I added a signal here. It does work. I just don't light it up because I don't feel like dragging power out here for that, you know. So yeah, that's about it. Now with these crossovers in here, I can run a train in any direction and flip it around, which is nice. So when I want to bring the trains in after a day of running, I can just, this is the return track. I can just take this return track, go through these set of crossovers, then it'll go around my poor man's Tehachapi loop and go around like downwards into the house now. So yep. Eventually, maybe, I don't know, we might put another siding like this on this side, but that's gonna be quite a bit of work because I gotta cut new boards again and spend a lot more money on switches and track. But this is for a while. This is gonna be like this for a while. But yeah, that's my short little update here on this layout. Stay tuned for more coming soon. All right, here is the second or third part of this little update here. Just showing you what else has changed with the collection. So I painted these 3 USA Trains F units. These 2 were a pair in a set. These were Atlantic Coastline, the purple engines. Then this other B unit was a Southern Pacific Black Widow, and that was brand new. So I dipped it, painted it. Same thing with this, obviously. I dipped them and painted them and put them in Soo Line livery, and it turned out pretty good. So obviously Rail Pro, and the main battery is in the first B unit, and it's the big battery. It's a 10,000 milliamp lithium ion battery. So, and there's 2 Rail Pro boards. There's a Rail Pro board in the A unit and a Rail Pro board in the B unit. So the first A and B unit can run together, but if this B unit is separate, it cannot run without the battery in the B unit, first B unit. So the B unit in the middle powers both A and the second B unit. And I got rid of my, I sold my Burlington Northern Aristocraft SD45 that I made into a high hood. Sold that and my BNSF GP30 because I honestly didn't use them much. But now I acquired more GP9s. So now I have 3 Burlington Northern GP9s. I'm looking for a 4th, specifically 1941 or 1943. They're pretty hard to find. So I got another 1940, but I'm not really anal about the road numbers. Really doesn't really matter, but it'd be cool to find another one that's not 1940. I guess 1940 was a real common number. And my dad's SD40-2s are still doing okay. They're all Rail Pro'd. And I custom painted this GP7 recently in a Soo Line. There's motor blocks in it, but there's no Rail Pro guts, so it's pretty light. I'm gonna put Rail Pro in it here coming up soon. I took a Santa Fe NW2 switcher, USA Train switcher, and dipped it and made a Burlington switcher. Funny thing is, USA Trains did in fact make a USA Trains NW2 Burlington Northern. I did not know that, but it was a long time ago, probably when they did the run of them. And there's one on eBay that popped up, and I just kicked myself in the head because I just wasted my time painting this one when I could have bought one. But they're hard to come by, so it's probably just luck of the straw, I guess, or something. So I still got my Santa Fe Pacific, or I don't know if I took a video of this a while ago, but this is a 2nd generation Santa Fe Aristocraft Pacific, converted to Rail Pro. I added weight to it, so there's more weight in the engine. I moved the bell up here to be more prototypical because the bell was actually back here and I didn't like it. So I added a Kadee coupler in the front. This is the bigger 907s. It's real pro. I got a 906 in the rear. And I got my egg liners. I acquired a fourth, which is an Atlantic Coastline, because my girlfriend loves purple and she likes egg liners, so I got that for her. And a buddy of mine, Robert, he 3D printed an Eggdola. It's a little gondola in the shape of the egg liners here. So I thought it was pretty cool to put that on there. And my girl put a little stuffed animal in there just for a gag. And that's pretty much it. I don't know if I showed these in my other videos besides the running video. Using my USA Trains F units, Santa Fe obviously. They're all Railpro'd. The guts, the main guts are in the A units, and the B units are just slaves to their respective A unit. So there's no wires in between here, but there's wires in between the A and B and A and B. Obviously plugs, of course. So without the A unit, the B unit can't run. So yep, that's about it for this. Still got my cabooses here. I got 8 of them. Well, 9, but I have a Siouxline, CN, CP, BN, 2 Santa Fe's, BNSF, and a custom painted Illinois Central. I'm looking for an original Illinois Central extended vision caboose. They're pretty hard to find. Then this is another Siouxline, but this one's seen a lot more usage, so it's kind of faded and has a lot more runtime, but I got it for a really good deal. And here's the inner models. I did acquire a few more. It's just these single units. Got them for a good price. I'm looking to get 4 or more, but I'd be cool with a 5 unit set. I'd like to get another 5 unit of the BNSF swoosh because I don't have one. And then that'd complete my inner model train. So I have 56 of these now. So yeah, I still got the Dash 9s. They're all doing good. And I actually converted a speeder to Railpro here. There's an HO board right there. Well, the battery's on top. There's an HO board there. And I put the correct LEDs in there that have the resistors. So the beacon blinks, the headlight works. It's kind of funny seeing this go on the layout, but it works. It's pretty cool. And I'll show you guys the train room here. A little bit of changes going on in here. I now have like 42 or 44 of these 40-foot box cars. These are all Aristocrat and USA Trains, the PS1s or whatever they call them. There's a couple AML in there too. But they all have metal wheels and 906 couplers on them. So I got some pretty cool box cars in here. Got my Santa Fe Super Chief down there. Here's my Aristocrat heavyweights. These are the latest edition or latest run of the heavyweights. These are made in 2011. These are all brand new. So it's nice. You can each car has plugs, you see right there, you can plug them into each other and run them off one battery, the lights. And I did it and it looks pretty cool. Got a couple of these gondolas. I had them for a while, but I have 38 of these LGB center flow hoppers, covered hoppers. I'm gonna get 2 more coming up here soon, then I'm calling it quits with these because I don't need a bajillion of them. And I custom painted 2 of these in the Kansas City Southern. I have 2 of them. Oh, it's back there. Custom painted them because I know USA Trains made them, but USA Trains their hopper cars are like 1.5 inches longer. And to me, I don't know, I like having all the cars be the same length and size, even though they're 1/29th, and these LGB ones are, I believe, are 1/29th. They're just a little shorter, but yeah, that's really about it for this update. Well, I guess I haven't really showed them these. I have 6 or 7 of these AML PS1 grain hoppers. I have Rock Island, Illinois Central, Burlington Northern BNSF, Chicago Northwestern, and Denver Rio Grande, or just Rio Grande. And this one's like MKT or something like that. Got it for a good deal, that's why I got them. But yeah, that's about it. I still got the lead tracks here for the yard. So yeah, that's about it. All right, guys, catch you later.